How much was it in general?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Somebody's watching me, it's my anxiety.
Recently, in the last few years, we've seen that in social media there are many calls for participants of youth age from 18 or maybe 13 till 30 years old to go for a project in a different part of Europe with all expenses covered. These programs promise that you will have transport, venue, accommodation, and everything for free. What is that? Most of the people think this is a scam. What we are going to do in this video is that we are going to go point by point and see if this is a legit project, how does it finance, and how a participant can join one and enjoy it. And the best way is to do it directly in one project. So let's explain how Erasmus Plus Youth Exchange work. What is a youth exchange? Well, a youth exchange is a program financed by the European Commission in which youngsters between 13 and 30 years old can travel to another country, usually in the European Union, but there are also possibilities to join partner countries, and they develop a project that usually looks like a summer camp between 5 and 21 days about one of the topics that are interested for the European Union. The good point for all of these programs is that youngsters usually have everything covered, like they don't need to pay for anything. So
We paid nothing, that's the point.
the full transport is financed, the accommodation is financed, the food is financed, and also the activities. Why do youth exchanges exist? This is a very good question. The main idea for the European Union and the European Commission is that young people from different parts of the world get to know each other, practice languages. They have basically different areas that they want to develop, different competencies that they want young people to develop, and they decided that the best way to do it is through youth exchanges. Multicultural approach. Languages, you will improve your English if you are coming to this kind of projects. You will improve even your own language because you are going to communicate with people from your own country but from different parts of the country. So this also helps a lot, and you are also going to create the feeling of a community with other Europeans, this is something that is very, very interesting. But once we are all together in projects, we realize that we have tons of things in common. Who is it for? Basically, this program is for young people who are either Europeans born in Europe or residents in Europe between 13 and 30 years old. But being more specifically, this kind of projects usually attract people that is interested in traveling, interested in getting to know different people, interested in getting to learn new languages, and kind of a bit alternative people who are willing to go to a different place without knowing anything about it, and they are open for it. How does youth exchanges work? Usually how they work is like an organization, European organization, ask for the finance, for the funding to the European Commission, national agency in each of the countries. We have one national agency in each country. And once the funding is provided, we communicate it with our partners, since these projects are created collectively with different organizations from different parts of Europe, and we tell to our partners, hey, we need participants from your country, we need 5 participants interested into this topic from this age to this age, these are the characteristics. And then the partner countries, the partner organizations, we find the participants first, and then we send them to the project, and the hosting organization, that is the one that got funded, is the one that implements the project. So usually you have like an accommodation for at least 20-25 people, sometimes it can go till 70. Activities design, different activities, not just for workshops, but also for getting to know each other, team building activities, role plays. It's usually oriented in non-formal education. All the activities are made to be engaging, are made to be fun, are made to be dynamic. It's not like you are going to go for a youth exchange and you are going to receive a lecture from a professor. That's not going to happen in Erasmus. How you can find Erasmus Plus projects? The best way I always recommend is to find youth organizations that directly either create them or they are in networks that send people to this kind of projects, because that's the main idea of youth exchanges, that youth organizations cooperate with them and send their own participants to the project. What happens, since there are lots of projects, most of the times youth organizations, we don't have enough people to send. So we need to go through the internet.
Where did you find it?
Internet, Instagram.
A friend of mine sent me the link.
For me, it was Facebook.
And we need to make open calls and we need to ask people to join us. How does it work? Basically, you can find Facebook groups, Telegram groups, Instagram pages. You can go everywhere in the internet, and if you type down Erasmus Plus Youth Exchanges and insert your country, Poland, Romania, France, Italy, Greece, whatever, you will find options and you will find pages where you can see that constantly they are uploading new projects. Usually is you need to fill up a form in which you explain your motivation to join the project, which must be something further than, no, I want to travel. It should be connected also to the topic of the project, and you must also inform the organization that you are going to be a proactive, that you are going to be a good participant, basically. So you need to get prepared, basically, buy the tickets and prepare to get there. And you will be also joined in different WhatsApp groups or Facebook groups or different groups of coordination. If you're in a youth exchange as well, you will have a group leader, a leader that will help you out and will have further experience into these kind of projects, leading you on how are you going to do everything. If you need to maybe prepare for an intercultural night, this is something super common that happens in most of the youth exchanges. Maybe buy some food, prepare some music, maybe an explanation, like a Kahoot, something dynamic, something fun, maybe a dance that you want to implement in this project. And then get a lot of energy because you are going for a very, very cool experience. What kind of red flag can you find when you are joining a youth exchange? Most of the people, when they join, they are like super excited, but then there are points that you need to analyze. First of all, the hosting organization and the sending organization, do you have some track from before of what do they do? Like they have implemented different projects before. Do they look legit? Do they look like people were having fun? The infrastructure was good, etc. This is important to check. Usually everything goes super well. 99% of the experiences are okay. So before joining a project, before going anywhere, you should check a bit more about what is the organization doing, what are their experience, and if you might feel comfortable staying in the photos that you are seeing. If you were there, you would be okay. Well, if you follow till here and you've watched the full video, I hope that it's much more clear that yes, Erasmus Plus Youth Exchanges are not a scam. In fact, they are a super top opportunity for any young person between 13 and 30 to join and to travel and to explore and to get to know new people and open their mind, because afterwards, when you start getting to know people from different countries and you start traveling, there is something inside that changes and you start changing as well. So if you like this content, please give us a like. You know how it works. It helps a lot growing the channel. It helps a lot for the algorithm of YouTube. And if you are looking forward to start joining these programs, we created an ebook that is totally free. You can download it in the link below this YouTube video. So just click on it, you can download it, and it's a full guide explaining you how all the process of joining Erasmus Plus Youth Exchange looks like for you, with experiences, with examples, with everything, just for free, just for you to join and to start getting into this world of Erasmus Plus Youth Exchanges. See you in projects, guys.